Welcome to Coffee Hour number 2. This is a Chit Chat video. This is an important video, and I want to make this abundantly clear. There is a rumor going around that the Supreme Court is about to overturn Roe v. Wade, and I want to tell y'all how big of a fucking mistake that's about to be. I don't have any children. I have approximately 2 generations of nieces. My first generations of nieces are grown. My second generations of nieces are not. Alright? So I'm making this video. I'm thinking of their safety and their future. My youngest niece, or all 3 of them, are roughly 4 years old. My great niece is also 4 years old. She has a 2-year-old sister. And they have a sister on the way. My other niece that was just born not too long ago was 1 going on 2, I think. I want y'all to sit back and think about this shit as the Supreme Court is about to remove women's rights from off of their right. There are 2 women on the Supreme Court, and I honestly have to ask you 2 women, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm a man. I can never have an abortion. Alright? Not gonna say I can't be raped, because men get raped too. Most of the time, they get raped while they are in prison. There are very few cases where women actually rape men. It is possible. It can happen. Men don't just get raped in prison, they also get raped outside of prison by psychopathic people who could be male or female. Rape is a horrible ass crime, and I support the woman's right to choose. I am totally pro-choice. I'm not against pro-life. I am against abortion as a means of birth control. But I just mentioned my nieces. I won't be alive forever. And as good as I am with martial arts, I won't be able to protect them every step of the way through life. If someone was to attack my nieces, right now they can't defend themselves. The grown nieces can. But they also have husbands who will probably beat the brakes off of anybody who attempts to do something stupid to them in a sexual manner. I have 5 sisters. To my knowledge, they have never been sexually assaulted. Maybe sexually harassed, but not sexually assaulted. And I often think to myself, why would anybody force someone to have a baby with someone that they didn't consent to having sex with? Why would any woman sign off on this shit? So yeah, I'm angry at any female in power that will stand up and just turn the blind eye to Roe v. Wade. But see, here's that thing. This is how this is going to happen. Y'all going to turn over that bill. And I promise you, every woman that's in power that's connected to turning over this bill, someone is going to do something to your daughters. I'm not projecting, I'm not praying for any of that shit to happen. But somebody's going to do something to your daughters. And you guys are going to break the law after you overturn Roe v. Wade. You're not going to make your daughters have that rapist baby, but any old other child on the street, if they get raped, they're going to have that baby. But if your daughters, you motherfuckers that's either working for Supreme Court, or you're in Congress, or you're in Senate, or you're in the House of Delegates, whatever the hell that shit's called, if something happens to your daughter gets to have a secret fucking abortion. So if she gets raped, you guys will let her have the abortion. But the average chick out here who is more than likely to get raped because they don't have government protection, if she gets raped, you're going to force them to carry their baby in all 50 states? In all 50 states? What is wrong with you? If you are a female and this video happens to come across you, think about your daughters. Why don't you go ask some of these rape victims who had rape babies and had to give them up for adoption? Maybe they lost their virginity and they had to have a baby by somebody who raped them. Maybe they were saving themselves from marriage because they was overly religious, but one day they decided to walk home from the library and never made it home until 2 hours later when they come crawling through the house, busted up and bloody because somebody attacked them, beat them, raped them, and left them for dead. But you women aren't looking that far into the future for your daughters, are you? You're not looking that far into the futures for my nieces or my sisters. You're not looking into that, right? You're not giving a flying fuck about that, right? So you're telling women born into this century, born into the next century, y'all don't have control over your bodies. Y'all don't have a say. And you're telling men who don't have sexual control that they can just beat and rape any woman on the planet and it's going to be okay, because even though they're going to go to jail and become a sexual offender, they're still going to be procreated, because we're going to force those babies to have babies. But you think people don't rape and molest these little girls? So you have a 10-year-old daughter who just started her period. Your 10-year-old daughter gets raped and gets pregnant by some little evil jackass, but you already overturned Roe v. Wade and y'all all decided, hey, this little bitch got pregnant by some little fucker. We're going to make her keep the baby. You're full of shit and you're lying, because anybody in power, if something happens to any one of your daughters, you guys will be the first motherfuckers to break that law. You want proof? I'll show you proof. We had this thing in Charlottesville, in the state of Virginia in general, all right? And we had to sign this petition because you, if you're not in Virginia, if you're not aware of this, there was a speeding law and tax in effect. I signed it. Half my friends signed it. Some people signed that motherfucker twice. The speeding law went like this. If you lived anywhere in the state of Virginia and you did over the set speed limit of 70 miles an hour, if you did 80 miles an hour or higher, your ticket was 3 times the price of someone who could fly through here from New York or California. And they just had to pay the normal speeding ticket. But we, the people of Virginia, would also have to pick up the tax on the slack of their ticket as well as our ticket. That petition came up so fucking fast and that shit got shot down so fucking fast. That shit maybe lasted a month. Maybe it lasted a month. But you know why? Because those people who wrote that bill, simple as that, their kids were the ones doing all the speeding. Their kids were the ones getting caught every month, flying from Richmond to Alexander, or flying from Roanoke to Richmond to Virginia Beach, doing God only knows what on the speed limit. Those damn fines and stuff started packing up on the people who wrote the bill. So the petition came up because Virginians got tired of fucking seeing people come from a different state driving 200 plus miles down the fucking freeway at 64, and we got to pay 3 times that if we barely do 75 miles over. If the speed limit is 70 and we do 75, we barely skirt it by. But the second that you hit 80 or 85, oh, you were getting a ticket. You were getting a reckless ticket, and you were paying for the ticket plus the cost of the ticket plus the court costs, and your tickets was rolling anywhere from $300 to $500. I never got that ticket because when that bill came out, I started doing the speed limit. And I'll be the first to tell you, I rolled 85 down 64 for a long time before that bill came out. And the trick was I always got in front of semi-trucks because they are hard to stop. So I would ride semi-trucks and I would ride in the express lane. And I would do like every other Virginian when we're going down 64. When we see those little parts where cops be parked at, we slow the fuck down like 40 some odd feet before we get there. We break it down. Go past it. If there's no cop, we all look. There's no cop. Pick it right back up. Traffic flow. But when that bill came out, we Virginians didn't even do that. We did the speed limit exact to the fucking letter. Because we Virginians had to keep paying for these fucking speeding tickets with outrageous prices. So, that being said, these people who want this bill flipped so bad, what are you going to do when somebody rapes your daughter? And the law says, the law that you decided to overturn, the law that you decided your daughter wasn't worthy of protection, and that law says your daughter and every other daughter on the fucking planet in the state of America has to carry that rape baby. Y'all better think about that shit. And you better think long and hard. Because if they overturn Roe v. Wade, and you have a daughter, and your daughter is eyeballed by the crazy janitor that works at school, and she's in the glee club or something, and one day she wants to stay behind and practice her vocals. Next damn thing you know, your daughter's body slammed. She doesn't come home until 9 o'clock. Glee club ends at 6. Why is she 3 hours late? Why are you out looking for her and your daughter's being sexually assaulted? And then your daughter's pregnant. You can't tell somebody's pregnant in the first 3 days. You can't. It takes damn near a month to find out for some girls that they're fucking pregnant. And some girls spot while they're pregnant. For those who don't know, spotting is when you are bleeding in your nether regions and you're female while you're pregnant, which makes you think you're on your period, but you're not. But your daughter can be pregnant by the crazy janitor, and she's scared and she's ashamed, and she has to tell you that the crazy janitor molested and raped her while she was at the glee club because he hit her from the back, and then he hit her from the back. But you guys want to overturn Roe v. Wade. What are you going to do when it's your daughter? I dare one of you break the law after that shit. But I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. For those who don't care about their daughters and going to let over the toss of Roe v. Wade, that's for you.